another nail in another nail in my coffin.
Hey everybody, it's me, your friendly neighborhood Uncle Pete, and this is my new series, Let's Nail This, where viewers try and fix the kills that I gave them one nail in the coffin. In my Nails in a Coffin series, I rate how well a person performs in a life-threatening situation. If they fight hard, do really well, make smart decisions, they can get up to 4 nails in a coffin. If the victim makes a lot of dumb decisions, like running upstairs instead of running outside, if they don't double tap, they just stand there and freeze or scream, they can get low as 1 nail in the coffin. We see this a lot in horror movies, people making dumb decisions, and the writers kind of have to do that so we can up the body count in movies, but it can be kind of frustrating, and I know I do this, and you may do it as well. You're watching a movie, you may be thinking, man, if this was me, this is what I would have done. And that's what this series is about. I'm assigning people kills that I gave 1 nail in the coffin to from the movies that I've covered because the victim made really dumb decisions. And then the person in turn is going to tell the audience how they would have done if they were in the victim's position. They can make a video, do an audio, write me an email. Should be a lot of fun. So I want to hear from the viewers what they would have done if they were in the victim's position. If you'd like to take part in this and be featured on my channel, just shoot me an email. Link will be in the description, and I'll assign you a kill that I gave 1 nail in a coffin to on my series. And then we want you to let everybody know what you would have done to survive this kill. Just keep it based in reality. Just can't say you would John Wick on everybody unless you actually are John Wick. I want to thank everybody so far that volunteered to be part of this new series. And in this episode, I give my good friend Lee Officer Barnes' death from Silent Night, Deadly Night. Officer Barnes had just killed Father O'Brien when he shot him in the back. The father was deaf and didn't hear the officer, so Officer Barnes is pretty dumb already. He was looking for Billy outside the orphanage, and he just knew Billy was dressed as Santa. So as he's searching outside the orphanage, he goes down into the cellar for his search. He doesn't find anything. By the way, this idiot has horrible trigger discipline the entire time. He searched the cellar, turned up nothing. So he walks back up the stairs, and when he gets to the top of the stairs, Billy hits him in the chest with an axe. He falls down the steps, and he is now dead. I gave Officer Barnes 1 nail in a coffin for being such a dumb officer. He shot Father O'Brien. He never called for backup. Never had anyone, look after the nuns and the children when he was searching for Billy. Mother Superior was the target, but he just left her to guard the orphans. And he pretty much forgot all about procedure when he got to the top of the stairs. Like, he just gave up. Oh, he's not down here. Let me just, lose all semblance of, anything going on around me. So, yeah, that's why I gave him 1 nail in the coffin, because he was pretty stupid, letting his guard down of the such, and he was dumb. But let's see how Lee would have fixed this kill. So, Lee, let's nail this.
Hello, this is Lee, long fan of Uncle Pete's channel, and here for his new series called Let's Nail This. So in this, we take 1 nail in the coffin ratings that Uncle Pete is getting, and we try to improve them up to at least 2 nails, possibly even 3 or 4 nails if we're lucky. So my assignment today is Officer Barnes from Silent Night, Deadly Night, who was unceremoniously axed in the chest by our antagonist, Billy. So the first thing I would do, I would use my kung fu to grab the axe and then throw it down to the side, and then I would use my Fist of the North Star power, and I use all the pressure points to make his head explode. Hold on, I got a phone call here. I gotta take this, so hold on a second. Yeah, Uncle Pete? Yeah, how do you get my number? Yeah, I know you're not an anime channel. So I can't use a reference from an obscure 80s anime? Well, what about Bruce Lee movies? No? So no anime, no kung fu. Got it. Okay. Okay, yeah, I guess you're the boss. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I guess I'm going to have to adjust my notes a little bit here. So, no Fist of the North Star moves. No Hadoukens. Yeah, and I guess that means a Naruto clone. also is out of there. So sorry, I'm gonna have to shorten it up a little bit. I gotta go with what's left of my notes. Anyway, Officer Barnes, in order to understand you have to actually review the Father Francis O'Brien, or Father O'Brien, his death previously. So Officer Barnes is called out to the orphanage because they have a killer in a Santa Claus outfit is there. So he comes up on the scene and sees this Father O'Brien dressed up as Santa Claus, which he does every year, but he assumes that it has to be Billy, even though he has a perfect description of the guy and how he has probably would have blood or everything over them, and he did nothing really threatening to the kids, and the kids look like they did know him. And I mean, I understand he didn't know that he couldn't hear, but I mean, you need to assess the situation and look at it. I mean, he's there to get the kids out, you know. So he should have just corralled the kids, looked at this, separated them from the kids. But he shoots first anyway and kills Father O'Brien, who dresses up. So from there, he should have just corralled the kids up and do a quick perimeter check, making sure only one place or lock point, so nothing was open so he could sneak in. And then he could have gone around. But he had to go on his own. When he knew there would be backup there, he already knew there were several police units coming in the way. He decides to be the hero and go around the perimeter. He should have just locked every door and stood there at the entranceway, because that would be the most likely point where Billy would have entered. But while he was doing it, he looks at a boiler room. There's no way this boiler room building, could have been connected to the building. I guess there might have been a tunnel, he was thinking, but there had to have been other police stuff in his vehicle. And why didn't he use a flashlight? So we already got two things. Use a flashlight, wait for backup before you do your perimeter checks, okay? So he goes down without a flashlight into a dark area with no light other than what the sunlight is. And he knows there's only one point of entry. And yet he starts going up the stairs. He puts his gun down and starts breathing. He's like, no, you can't do that. You know he's still out there and he's not down there. So he has to be somewhere around the place. So it makes no sense why he would have done that. And as soon as he comes up, you're naughty. And he gets an axe in the chest and dies as he falls down the stairs. I mean, if he would have even done the checkpoint and waited at the door for the backups to arrive so they could go and do a proper perimeter check with backup, he might even stop Billy from getting in there, because he probably would have stopped the kid from opening up the door for him. So anyway, I hope this helps out. We could probably do a little bit more. Number 1, flashlight. Number 2, wait for backup like police does, but I think it was mostly writing that he didn't wait for backup. And 3, know the situation you're coming to, and don't just shoot before you need to. Thanks for letting me do this, Uncle Pete. I'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks, Lee. That was great. Glad I was able to clarify those rules there. You brought up some excellent points about how Officer Barnes should have waited for backup. Just guarding the kids and the nuns all in one area. He actually could have used a flashlight. I'm sure he had one on his belt or something, even in his patrol car, and not letting his guard down and not shooting at someone with no regard to safety. You brought up some excellent points on all the stupid decisions he made, and pretty gave him a lot of options he could have done to avoid getting killed. So I think you did a great job, Lee. Thank you. Everybody watching, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of Lee's response, because I think he did an excellent job with Officer Barnes. Thanks again, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I think this is going to be a fun series. If you would like to participate, all you got to do is shoot me an email, link down in the description, and I'll assign your death that I covered, which I gave them one nail in the coffin, and you get to tell everybody how you would fix it. Should be a lot of fun hearing everybody's responses. I think this is going to be a good time. Thanks again, everybody. Thank you, Lee, for participating. I really appreciate it. I will see you all here on Friday for my next episode of Nails in a Coffin, when we're currently covering all the Puppet Master films. There are a lot of one-nail kills in that franchise, so definitely check that out. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be good to each other. I am your friendly neighborhood Uncle Pete, and remember, with great kills, there must also come great nails.